So the last 24 years of being a judge have been filled with challenges, they've been filled with triumphs, they have been filled with personal tragedies, they've been filled with unlimited personal happiness. But as a judge, what is it that really makes you tick? I'll just tell you a few incidents which have really made me tick in the last so many months. Yes, you write judgments which make a difference to the nation. You write important judgments on constitutional law. And we've got this complexity of law before us now. The Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code, the Electricity Act, the Competition Act. You just name it and you have new and complex areas of law coming up before us. But truly, what makes us tick as judges is the impact which we have on the lives of common citizens. Just yesterday, last week, Brother Pardiwala, Brother Mishra and I had passed an order allowing for 2 visually challenged candidates to appear at the interview of the Rajasthan Judicial Service Examination. They were ousted on the ground that they were disabled and they didn't meet the benchmark disability requirement. After they appeared for the interview, we were told that they have qualified and they are in the select list. That's what makes us tick. 2 weeks back, an aspiring doctor with myopathy of the lower limbs was told that his disability is more than 88%. And therefore he was told that he cannot become a doctor. But he had scored so well in the NEET undergraduate examination. 2 medical boards said that he is not worthy of becoming a doctor because his disability is very high, but his mind was brilliant. We got him examined by a 3rd medical board and then passed an interim order that that student must be enrolled to the MBBS this year, and I'm sure that the student will do well. Or what about the student from the IIT Mumbai who was admitted to the IIT Mumbai, a child of a daily wager who was not able to gain admission for the reason that the fee which he had to pay or the documents which he had to upload could not be uploaded within time. We said that he must be given admission. Or a Dalit student who was admitted to the IIT Dhanbad but couldn't conjure up 17,500 rupees to gain admission to IIT Dhanbad. His sister had given him a credit card, but he was not able to operate the credit card. But we gave him admission. What about, we are talking about now, I don't know their names, but I'll give you one more name which all of you know. About Sara Suni, one of the members of your bar, who is both, she suffers from a hearing and a speech impairment, but who needed a sign language interpreter. And we gave her a sign language interpreter. So these are really things where you realize that a judge makes truly a difference to the lives of people. When you become a judge, the first thing that you come face to face with are your own fears. Because as lawyers, we can decide what cases to accept and what cases not to accept. Of course, occasionally judges can recuse, but you can't recuse every evening. As a lawyer can say that, well, I'm busy in a part heard before another bench. You have to take up everything which is dished out into your daily work under the roster prepared by the Chief Justice. And I was confronted with my own fears because I was predominantly a public lawyer, a public law lawyer. And then suddenly I was catapulted into a situation where my first sitting after 11 years as a judge on the division bench was to head the tax bench. I'd done a little bit of tax work when I was Additional Solicitor General of India between 1998 and 2000. But there I was trying to confront my own fears. How am I going to handle a tax bench, learning how to head a division bench for the first time? Or to head the commercial court, to deal, we didn't have commercial courts, but these were what we call the motions court. I had no clue about how to deal with commercial work. But that's when you learn to be humble, because you learn the limits of your own knowledge as a judge and how vast knowledge is, and you realize the importance of the bar in educating you. If we just step back and allow a little bit more time to the member of the bar who's arguing before you, you realize the importance of being patient, because you realize the limits of your own knowledge and the enrichment which you receive as a judge by just allowing different people speak. It may appear to be utterly irrelevant, but in that irrelevance, sometimes you realize that there is some human story which is unfolding before you. As Chief Justice of the Bombay High Court, I learned a great deal from judges from the service judiciary, from the district judiciary who came to the High Court. You know, there is a divide in the High Courts between bar judges and service judges. The bar judges are always regarded as, you know, a cut above everybody else. They go on foreign holidays, which district judges who have come to the High Court cannot do. They have the kind of apparel which district judges do not wear. But I learned from my colleagues who are drawn from the district judiciary what a wealth of experience they had about the law actually in motion, because they had come face to face. They had come face to face with trial actions. They had an understanding about witnesses. They had understanding about what our society is about. Because as you go higher and higher into the judiciary, you become separated from and isolated from the real strata of society for whom you are intended to do justice. And I learned so much from, you know, our colleagues who are drawn from the district judiciary. Many of them worked as Registrar Vigilance or Registrar Legal or in different wings of the High Court and then came to the High Court. And to them, I have a great debt of gratitude.